and this is where we ask you to interact with us and give us your views. This morning we're asking, looking at the latest COVID-19 statistics in the country, do you think that calls to move to a lower level of the national lockdown are justified at this stage? Let us know your views at Morning Live SABC using the hashtag Morning Live. So that's where we'll leave that one, and we'll of course share your views throughout the morning. Let's take a look at some of the stories in our diary this morning.
All right, so this one first up, acclaimed pediatric cardiologist Professor Lungile Pepeta will today be buried near Bizana in the Eastern Cape after he succumbed to COVID-19 related complications at the age of 46. At the time of his death, he was serving as Nelson Mandela University's Health Sciences Executive Dean.
The Commission of Inquiry into allegations of state capture is expected to continue hearing evidence relating to the Passenger Rail Agency of South Africa, that's PRASA, when it resumes in Johannesburg this morning.
According to figures, let's get to the numbers now. South Africa, the confirmed COVID-19 cases stands at 566,109. 130 people have died since the previous update, which now brings the total number of deaths to 10,751. A total of 426,125 people have recovered since then, which brings the total active number of cases to 129,233.
And of course, just a reminder of those information, contact details. If you need to get information, you can call the 24-hour hotline on 0800 029 999, or you can use the WhatsApp service on 0600 123 456.
Right, just a quick update in terms of the provincial breakdown for you. So you can see the case numbers: Gauteng 194,093. Of course, Gauteng still leading with the most number of reported cases in the province. The Western Cape then with 100,316. The KwaZulu-Natal has taken that over in terms of caseload. It went through 100,000. It's at 100,494. The Eastern Cape is at 82,715. Then, of course, the rest of the provinces, 22,031 for the Northwest. The Free State, 29,209. And Mpumalanga, 19,553. Limpopo, 10,807. And the Northern Cape, 6,861. And then just the one number to look at is the total tests conducted. It's at 3,278,000. That's what we're at currently.
Right, looking at the past 7 days and the number of new cases there. And this is, of course, also what we are basing our question of the day on. If you look at the number of new cases as of Tuesday, 2,511. And it's been declining. There's been a steady decline. And as you can see, from last Wednesday, where we were on 8,559 new cases, to 2,511 yesterday. So that's interesting to watch. Of course, the death rate and the recovery rate also captured there. The recovery rate, for instance, 377,266 last week, and now we're on 426,125. So definitely showing quite a substantial increase in that regard as well.
All right, quickly on the global front. 20.2 million. We saw yesterday we had surpassed that 20 million mark. 256,000 cases added yesterday to the tally. The recovery is 12.5 million, and the deaths 740,000 is where we're sitting at the moment. The United States still topping the numbers, but fast approaching. You could always see, Brazil, and some saying Brazil's still underreporting at this time. 103,000 deaths is what they have reported. South Africa is still in the top 5. Albeit our infection rate is dropping, and we did speak to the minister about that yesterday, so it's good to see. And then the death toll, we've still got, the death toll at 130, same as Russia, and then of course it moves up in the other countries.
Right, let's look at those trending topics. And first up there, of course, Kamala Harris. And this, of course, after Bernie Sanders, who is the Democratic presidential nominee, Joe Biden's
pick
Joe Biden. not Bernie Sanders,
yeah, I was going to say Joe
pick
Biden
for his running mate for the upcoming elections in the United States. So that's why she's trending. She, of course, was a nominee contesting for that position in the Democrats Party in her own right.
Indeed, and it's a big move. It's a on both fronts. It's sort of a massive moment for American history. She's 55-year-old. She's the first black woman on a major presidential ticket in U.S. history, and also, as we mentioned, she's also the first Asian American on a major presidential ticket. So it's quite a big one. I'm going to leave this one for you. Vusi for president. This has got Twitter going crazy.
For days now. And this is Vusi, who was the boyfriend of Zotwa Bantu. And remember I said I'm not coming on this one yesterday, but this thing won't go away. It's trending on several fronts. So Zotwa Bantu, and this is her much younger boyfriend, Vusi. Apparently, Vusi has taken Zotwa for a ride, taken her money, and then Zotwa posted a video crying about what Vusi did to her. And Vusi apparently has a new girlfriend, and Zotwa saying Vusi scammed her, he defrauded her of money. But people saying, but she gave the credit card to Vusi. So how is she now claiming that Vusi defrauded her? And apparently she sent Vusi, and this is what Twitter is saying, not me. They're saying she sent him to buy her Coca-Cola, and Vusi went and bought himself. She said, buy me Coca-Cola and something for yourself. And Twitter is saying, well, Vusi bought the Coca-Cola for Zotwa, but then he bought an R8 for himself. So, he didn't defraud her of anything. And the reason why they are saying Vusi for president is mostly the men. You remember the whole Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith thing, where Jada came out and said that she had cheated on Will, and Will
she had
was
an
crying.
entanglement.
Yes, and the entanglement.
Yeah.
So men took that very personally, it seems. So they felt that Vusi got one back for them, and this is why they are saying, Vusi for president.
Oh my gosh! If that was a spider diagram of the linking of things, man, that's just that's crazy. Anyway, okay, the next one, quite a straightforward one. Russia, it was the announcement yesterday from their president Vladimir Putin that he basically said that Russia has approved a coronavirus vaccine, and this has gotten a lot of people worried because there's no real evidence from large-scale clinical trials, and vaccine experts are very, very worried about this one. They say that there are already 20 countries that have ordered. There are billions on back order. And basically what the president said is that he's already tried this on his own daughter, and they're happy to go ahead with it. And they're going to start mass vaccines. So, sure, okay. So we'll see what happens with this one. And Russia will, of course, there's a lot of doubt around that one. But those are your trending topics. Let's quickly get into our news headlines now, a bit late.